Okay, so at this point what I was trying to do is lay the set them side by side. Again, trying to stick to the right I have the USDM engine, to the left I have the JDM engine. So let's just look at them similarities. Maybe I need to lay this, put this on tripod again. So looking at the front, I've talked about this in a previous video, but it might have been a little harder to visualize it, you know, the side by side. But let's talk about what's similar, what's different. Similar. Okay, let me jump over this side. Similar. Crankshaft and crank pulley. This is it. This is your crank pulley, right? On the other side, same thing. It does look the same, right? Water pump, same diameter pretty much, but this one right here you'll notice is sunken. Best way I can describe it. This one is protruding, right? Check this out. It's a little protruding. Otherwise, I disconnected all my other accessories because, as I said, this is the one that came for the vehicle, and I did not want to mess with too much stuff. So this one right here, but believe me that all the other accessories are pretty much the same in the same locations. So we'll talk about this one here. You have your AC compressor, your idler pulley. Then this one right here is your water pump, which is the same there. You have your tensioner, auto tensioner for the main drive system right there, all right? And here's your alternator. Same layout over here. And here's a power steering pump. And the power steering pump is in a system by itself. Just runs off the backside of the crank pulley. So that's kind of similarities. We can't really see too much here, but they bent the hell out of this this dipstick tube over here. I don't know what the thinking was on that. Same here, but as you can see, it's in the same location. Maybe at this point I need to move this. This right here is your power steering reservoir. Over here, it sits in the same spot, but I've taken it off. You'll notice that this right here has nothing on this end. While here we have this reservoir here. This is for the, what do they call that? The hydraulic controlled fan. Basically, this is what runs your hydraulic clutch. You can see this is where the front thermostat is. Can you? Wow, barely there. But here it is. This is where the thermostat is in this engine over here. Then I've talked about, you know, this before. You have your intake over here. Your throttle body is in front in this engine, and you've I call it the Is it the Vias? Yes, it is. Variable intake actuated system. This is your vacuum canister for the system. It's seated in the front. Over here, well, it needs to be turned around. Alright, here we are. Over here, the throttle body is off to the side. As you can see it there, it's not in front. And not only that, the vacuum canister is in the back. Let's move back here. This is where it is, right? Posted over here. But it is the same system. It does the same thing. In the back, you have some similarities as well, but there's so much going on that I think it would be best to remove the wiring harness first. Then we shall be able to look at the components in a little more detail. So that's what my job for the next few minutes is going to be. Removing the harnesses. And I mean, so much similarity, right? Talk about things like the radiator. You can't even really call it radiator cap because it's not in the radiator, but your coolant cap, you know, and your neck, your filler neck right here. And it's the same over here. I can't really speak about the height. I can't remember if it's taller or not, but it's the same layout, right? So We have things like the oil filler, the valve valve covers. These are all the same, by the way, not just similar. They are the same. You can use them in whichever engine. But so what I'm going to do right now is undress these engines, remove the harnesses, remove all the electronic stuff. Then we'll be able to talk about it while facing it. Okay, cool.